My colleague from Oklahoma concluded with the main focus of my questioning in that the precedent here is pretty dramatic if we do not undo what has occurred. It's my understanding the Department of Justice memorandum that in essence said that the President has a unilateral authority or ability to decide when you, the Senate, are in or isn't, is unprecedented in this sense. Is that your understanding as well?
Yes, I'm aware of no precedent anywhere, and there was none cited in either in the OLC memorandum or in any other source that I'm aware of identifying any other presidential recess appointment occurring under this set of circumstances.
And I think in your testimony you emphasize that this isn't about partisan politics. This is about the institution of the Senate and probably most importantly the checks and balances that our Founding Fathers so wisely included in the Constitution in protecting the American people from, in essence, tyrannical rule. And that be understood here, because today, obviously, the partisan nature of Washington and the media's focus on that can maybe shift the focus here from this is truly about the Constitution being upheld. And if we're not diligent in ensuring, in this case, the Constitution is upheld, we set a precedent, as the gentleman from Oklahoma said, that why, just in this instance, why isn't, hey, you adjourned on a Thursday with the plan on coming back Monday, and the President, whomever would be in that office in the future, say, hey, you're out of session, you're recessed for the weekend, I can appoint whomever I choose. That would eliminate the checks and balances and the advise and consent rule.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And this is what the Founding Fathers had in mind when they decided, they considered but decided against giving the President the unilateral authority to appoint nominees without Senate confirmation because, quote, the people will think we are leaning too much towards monarchy, close quote. We were getting away from a system of monarchy in Great Britain. We didn't want one here, and that's why we did this. You're absolutely right in suggesting that this is a slippery slope and that in the future, regardless of whether it's a Republican or a Democrat in office, this could become a problem, and it's a problem that could lead to the rendering a nullity or a virtual nullity, the Senate's confirmation prerogative.
Well, and I think well, I certainly respect my colleague from Missouri's statements about his opinion that the Senate's politically motivated, the minority members, Republican members, in blocking. Even if that was the case, although I think that the fact that there was not even a hearing held on the two nominees with NLRB appointees, that even if it was the case, that would be the prerogative of a senator, and ultimately the public would decide whether that's a responsible approach or not, but it's still the constitutional right and prerogative of a senator to block a nominee for whatever reason they choose, and ultimately the voters will decide whether they were responsible in the conduct they engaged in. But it's not the President's prerogative to say, well, I'm going to usurp that authority and unilaterally just do what I believe, what I want to do. So, Senator Lee, I again want to thank you for your leadership on the issue and your constitutional expertise and knowledge that's so important to this debate, and the focus that this is not about partisan politics. This is about the Constitution being upheld and not allowing a dramatic, wrongful precedent to be set that could have lasting implications for the checks and balances of our governing process here in America. So.